Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another live stream, my friends. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day out there. Yeah, don't worry about what just happened. Apparently my software didn't want to work. I hit go live and it was like, yeah, unable to go live basically, and it stopped streaming. So I was like, lovely. So I restarted the program, reset up a stream. We're good as of now, so I think we're good to go, my friends. But what's up, everybody? Let's see who we got here so far. We have Brian, we have Rich, Caleb, we have Tom. What's up, everybody? Obviously, everybody else who is watching. Let's see here. Virgil, hope you're doing good. Or hopefully I'm saying your name right. I'm very bad with names, but happy 4th to you too, man. Hope you're doing good. And obviously, like I said, obviously everybody else who is watching and not chatting, hope you're doing well. So we have a live update here for y'all in the tropics. We're going to go ahead and kick up our other view here. So Beryl, Cracker Barrel is now a Category 3 storm here with sustained winds of 115 miles an hour. We are still gusting higher. Just going to hop on over here. So we are still gusting up to 140 miles an hour regarding like wind gusts overall. But she is sustained there right at 115, moving to the west-northwest. It actually is still moving relatively around 18 miles an hour. So it's moving west-northwest at 18 miles an hour. Central low is 971 millibars, as well as, like I said, sustained winds is 115. Now, as we work our way down in time here, by later on today, there is a possibility that this storm could be downgraded into a Category 2 with sustained winds of 105 with gusts up to 125. That'll be later on this evening there overall. We do have a buoy starting to get into some of the bands here. Definitely looks like those waters are pretty choppy. Let's see here, though. Gusts are not too high, about 20 mile an hour wind gusts. You know, she's gusting, but not anything super crazy. Remember, this is kind of on the outside of the storm here. The big stuff is going on in here overall on this side of things. So anyway, so we work our way down in time. We are expecting landfall here for tomorrow morning. Relatively early tomorrow morning. I'm not sure if I'm going to be live for this or not, because it's going to be like, you know, mid-sleep for me. I mean, this thing's going to be past landfall at 8 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do live streaming for the Yucatan Peninsula or not. But anyways, you know, like I said, we are expecting to make landfall there in the eastern Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 1 storm. Actually, yeah, kind of right around an upper level Category 1 storm with sustained winds of 80, gusts up to 100 still. So obviously the Yucatan Peninsula, the eastern Yucatan, needs to watch this very, very closely as, you know, hurricane conditions is expected there overall. Now, then this thing will pull off as a, you know, kind of a mid-upper level tropical storm, sustained winds of 60 by the time it pulls out, gusts up to 70. This thing will kind of hold off on strength for a little bit as it works its way into the Gulf waters before starting to strengthen as we approach there for basically the evening of the 6th overall. And whenever it comes to it here, like I said, eventually this thing actually is supposed to still become a hurricane once again as it rolls its way into, as it works its way into basically the areas near southern Texas as well as like northeastern Mexico overall. You know, landfall will be also pretty early, it looks like, here for the 8th, the morning of the 8th out there. Once again, we still haven't really determined on if this is going to be a landfall, a direct landfall in Texas, or if this is going to be a landfall out there like in northeastern Mexico. Still not entirely too sure with all that, but anyways, yeah, so that's kind of what we're seeing here. Once again, upon landfall, this thing's going to be kind of around a lower end Category 1 as it approaches Texas. As well as, like I said, portioned out there by northeastern Mexico's coast overall. Let's see here. This morning it looked kind of ragged. Let's see here. If we go back here, depends on what time you're talking about. Let's see, this is right around 8 o'clock in the morning. I mean, it's she's still chugging along. I mean, obviously it's a lot weaker than it was before. There is no visible eye. Even after it worked through Jamaica, it never managed to reform that eye. And honestly, at this point in time, I don't know if it will, to be honest with you. There might be a little bit of clearing right here. A little bit of clearing might be trying to, you know, kind of happen over there towards that eye, but I don't know if it has it in it to show that eye again. Because, you know, like I said, it's closing up on landfall by tomorrow morning. Out there in the eastern Yucatan. That's going to severely weaken the storm as it works its way back into the Gulf as a tropical storm. But then, like I said, it's set to actually become a hurricane further down in time. So, anyways, let's go ahead and hop y'all back over here. Or actually, let's go ahead and hop on over to the official Hurricane Center map here. This is the latest outlook, the latest cone from the Hurricane Center here. Once again, the storm is relatively moving fairly quickly. It's moving to the west here, about 18 miles an hour, west-northwest. Once again, we still have those hurricane warnings in effect for the Cayman Islands. Those are pretty much, we're not expecting hardly any more hurricane conditions out there in the Cayman Islands. Maybe still some tropical storm force winds are, going to continue on for, the Grand Cayman there. But overall, the hurricane conditions are done for you guys out there in the Cayman Islands. So that's good news. However, that's not the same for areas out there towards the eastern Yucatan. Like I was saying, out there in the eastern Yucatan Peninsula, we do have ourselves hurricane warnings in place out there, including new tropical storm warnings in effect for the northern and portions of the western Yucatan. You can see there in that dark blue. So the dark blue is representing tropical storm warnings, where tropical storm conditions is expected. The red is showing hurricane warnings, where hurricane conditions is expected. We do got ourselves a little bit of a tropical storm watch there in that yellow area, as well as a hurricane watch on the extreme northeastern side here of northeastern Yucatan Peninsula. So we are expecting that landfall, like I said, to happen early tomorrow. Early Friday is whenever we're going to have landfall out there in the eastern Yucatan. And once again, the strength at that time is going to be kind of a middle, maybe upper level Category 1. Sustained winds. Actually, kind of a lower Category 1. Kind of a lower Category 1. I was thinking it was 90 for some reason, but no, it's actually 80. So it'll be right around 80 sustained, which will be kind of making it a lower Category 1 storm as it approaches the eastern Yucatan. We could still have some wind gusts, though, up to 100 miles an hour, so we're definitely still talking some pretty gusty winds out there overall. This thing will be downgraded into a tropical storm sometime tomorrow afternoon, probably late tomorrow morning. We'll see, determining on what time that is. And then, of course, like I was saying, it's going to cross in the Gulf throughout Saturday, into Sunday, and then for Monday, it's going to make landfall there early, either in Texas or either in Mexico, eastern coastal Mexico. It's going to be right on that border there. You can see, obviously, at this point in time, if you guys do live out there, obviously, towards some of these regions here that's in the cone, definitely prepare for the storm. Make sure you're ready out there. Overall, because like I said, this thing is actually forecasted to re-strengthen back into a hurricane as we approach our way out there towards Texas and, of course, like I said, Mexico. So, once again, landfall out for us here in the United States. If it does occur in Texas, it'll be right around the early morning for Monday. Okay, so that is kind of what we are talking about regarding it. And then, of course, by the morning of Tuesday, the storm will be relatively well inland at that point. It'll be out of those waters, and it will be weakened drastically down to a tropical depression there for the morning of Tuesday. And that should be relatively the end of the life regarding Beryl. So that is that. Let's see, look at the rainfall totals and stuff like that. So out there in the eastern Yucatan Peninsula, out there towards Cozumel, we are expecting a good amount of rainfall, potentially 10 inches or higher out there, which is equivalent to basically right around like 250 plus millimeters out there. That could be a possibility regarding the rainfall out there in the eastern Yucatan. Definitely is set to be once again kind of a lot of rain. Kind of a lot of rain out there. So that's something we'll have to prepare for out there. Is a lot of rain, regardless of its category. We just got a new update from the Hurricane Center. I am curious to see what that's about. Here, let's see here. Center of Beryl moving across the northwestern Caribbean Sea. Strong winds, dangerous storm surge, and damaging waves expected on the coast of the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico by early Friday. So I'll go ahead and retweet that on my Twitter if you guys want to follow that. It's in the top, it's in the bottom right if you guys want to follow us there on Twitter. But yeah, so that's what we're looking at there overall. But yeah. So then, of course, as we work our way into the Gulf, regarding rainfall amounts, it's a little bit harder to tell. Also, the western Yucatan, most likely 4 to 6 inches. So a good amount of rain there. Nothing, not the worst we've seen, of course, but just a little bit of rainfall, you could say. Once again, with the worst of it being out there towards like Cozumel, Mexico, a really beautiful place out there. So, like I said, just make sure that you guys are prepared for that. Did it get downgraded to Cat 2? Let's see here. Let me hop on over here to the. Yep, sure did. She's now at Category 2. All right, let's go ahead and change up the view. So the pressure's now at 974 millibars, with the winds now 110. So it is now an upper level Category 2. So we'll go ahead and change that as well. There you go. Just got downgraded to a Category 2 with that latest update there. Honestly, not surprising. It's on track. You know, it was actually supposed to be doing that. So, yeah, everything's still on track, y'all. Regarding the system here, like I said, here's the latest satellite imagery of the storm here. It's, you know, once again, the eye is completely gone. It's been gone for a while now. But yeah, no, she's now down to Category 2 status here. And like I said, it is closing in on the Yucatan by here. Like I said, tomorrow morning. That's whenever we are expecting the landfall to occur out there in the Yucatan Peninsula. Right, like I said, right around an upper, kind of mid-level, I should say, mid-level Category 1 as it approaches land there. So we'll have to continue watching that. Once again, I'll try to do coverage. You know, I can't promise it because, like I said, obviously this is going to be happening very early regarding landfall. I mean, at this point in time, this is 8 o'clock in the morning. Once it's already inland a little bit, it'll probably be like maybe 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. You know, just before sunrise by the time this thing is making landfall. So I mean, I'll shoot for it. I can't promise it because, like I said, obviously it's pretty early. Not to mention, you know, today's 4th of July, so it makes things a little bit difficult. But I'll try my hardest. I'll try my hardest to be here for you guys in the Yucatan early tomorrow morning. We'll see how that goes. Let's see here. What's up, Legacy? Hope you're doing good. What's up, Court or Huster? Hope you're doing good. Let's see here. What's up, Armed? Hope you're doing good, my friend. Also, Random Guy. What's up, dude? Hope you're doing good. But yeah, so that's the latest with that. Let's go ahead and hop on over to models. Curious to see them. Actually, I kind of held off on watching the models. Kind of waited to go live with you guys to look at those. So let's go ahead and see what the models have to suggest. You know, like I said, I haven't really looked at the models quite yet. So this is actually a new run coming through, the HWRF. This is a very fancy hurricane model. So here's the thing. This thing actually maybe picks up a little bit of strength according to the HWRF model. This shows that pressure getting down to the upper 960 millibar range. Like I said, right now it's at 974 currently. Seems like that model is on track there for the most part. Wow, look at that. Yeah, it's pretty much on track there. So right around 2 o'clock p.m., 974 was what it was saying. And it's 2 o'clock and it's 974. So this model seems to be on track. Kind of oscillates, regarding, kind of not really picking up or losing strength. Kind of just, equilibrium, or kind of reaches an equilibrium there. But then, of course, as we get right there on the Yucatan here for basically, once again, early tomorrow morning, there is a possibility that it could be maybe a little bit stronger. This model in particular, overall, when it comes to it, really doesn't want this thing to be a Category 1. This is showing sustained winds of 86 knots. I think that would be, let's see. I think that might be lower Cat 2, if I'm not mistaken. Let me do a conversion here. Let me pull up a knots to miles an hour conversion just to make sure. Let's see here. So it was looking up flights for some reason. Okay, so knots. It's showing 86. Be 98 miles an hour. So yeah, that would be, I believe, lower in Cat 2 according to this model as it approaches land there. And of course, as it approaches land, once again, this will be making landfall for the morning tomorrow. And of course, this thing will, like I said, this thing will definitely, weaken quite a bit. Before rolling back into the Gulf, where it will, be a tropical storm at that point. Now, this model kind of takes things a little crazy. Holy cow. Okay, so yeah, this model here shows this thing rapidly strengthening down into a pretty strong storm here, showing it becoming a hurricane just before landfall there, either in southern Texas or the coastal northeastern side of Mexico. So that's definitely interesting. Let's see here. here. Nice legacy. That's cool. That's cool. I feel like it'll strengthen. I think it will too, personally. Samuel says, let's see, happy 4th of July, y'all. You too, Samuel. Thanks for joining, man. Hope you're doing good. But yeah, no, this model I really do agree on to some degree, of course. According to HWRF, there might be a time period where there's maybe a little bit of dry air. You can see there in that southern quadrant of the storm there, a little bit of dry air could be holding it back from really kicking off there. But according to things, it's still going to have an adequate amount of moisture to keep on going there. So that should be good for the storm. At least for a little bit, it could have a little bit of a dry air infiltration getting there near the core. That'll be right around the morning of the 6th overall, as it passes back into the Gulf, or passes into the Gulf, I should say, for the first time. But yeah, no, that is certainly interesting. What I do want to look at, though, I don't think this one has wind shear, unfortunately. But that is one thing I will look at here in a little bit. Anyway, so yeah, that's what this model has to say. Let's hop on over to the HMON, another model here. So obviously, this model here has that storm kind of doing the same thing, just before landfall, possibly kind of, equalizing, not really strengthening too much, actually. Yeah, though this model here has it remaining relatively stationary regarding its strength, not really picking up any strength or not really losing it either. So just kind of hovers there. That will be making landfall right around 5 in the morning for tomorrow, according to this model. So, like I said, I'm going to try to make it, but that's going to be a very difficult time for me to stream. Of course, this thing will downgrade to a tropical storm as it goes over the Yucatan. Now, according to this model, you know what? According to the model here, it really doesn't pick up a whole lot of strength. Let me pull up our lower level wind field here. Yeah, according to the HMON, it barely even gets a hold of itself after it rolls over the Yucatan. And a matter of fact, this model just has it remaining in tropical storm status, kind of middle end tropical storm, according to the latest HMON. So that's another possibility there. Which it seems possible. Let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and hop on over here to the moisture supply. So okay. Now that's oh wow. Okay, I can see why that's a problem. So according to the HMON, there's a lot of dry air that gets sucked its way into that storm. Now that I could see being an issue. Both the HWRF and the HMON shows that. So there'll be a lot, as it works its way in the Gulf, there's a lot of dry air that's going to get pulled into the storm, which is going to really prevent that thing from strengthening all that much. The western and northern quadrants will likely stay relatively saturated, but the eastern and southern quadrants probably take quite a hit there regarding moisture supply. Let's see. Andrew, I'm not sure you know, but I see another stream from you scheduled at to start at 12:35. There's 2 streams, one and that one. Yeah, my program had a glitch before I streamed, but it just had a moment. Yeah, I'm very much aware of that. But anyways, yeah, like I said, that of course this model has it making landfall down there in southern Texas, right there for the. This one shows it for the evening of the 7th. Shows it for the evening of the 7th there. So we'll see. Once again, we're still not entirely too sure if this thing's going to be a landfall in Texas or if it's going to be a landfall in, obviously, Mexico. Not entirely too sure on that as of right now. We'll go ahead and hop you back over here for a second. So, yeah, I mean, like I was saying, you can see the cone of uncertainty is still very big. There's a really big margin here regarding where this thing could make that landfall. So you can obviously see here that we have, quite a distance here to cover. So that center of the storm could go as far down south as this part of the line, or it could go as far up north as this part of the line. So basically, from from here to here. So that whole distance in between. So all of this, that's where the center of the storm could hit. So obviously there's a lot of disagreement there, and there's obviously a lot of things we do need to work out. But the middle point it's really targeting these areas here, either up in like southern Texas near like Brownsville, or either like northeastern Texas, like northeastern Mexico, out there towards like the Matamoros, or the Matamoros. How do you? I have no idea how you say that. But anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what we're that's kind of what we're seeing here overall. So it's really it's really difficult to be for sure about that right now. Now let me bring y'all over here to the spaghetti models. I'll go ahead and show y'all the latest plots with the spaghettis. We'll go ahead and hop y'all over here to that. Whoops, wrong storm. Let's see here, 96L is what I was looking at. Let's look at Beryl here, or Beryl, Cracker Barrel. And let's hop on over here to a full screen. So this is the latest spaghetti models regarding everything. It does seem like we're starting to become a little bit more on agreement mode, according to things here. Whenever it comes to it, we do have ourselves, like I said, most of the models just being right there on that edge. Obviously, the cone of uncertainty goes up to right about here, and it goes down as far as right about here. So that's where the cone of uncertainty is here to there. But the main models have it going right into between there. So it does seem like more than likely we'll have a landfall either in extreme South Texas or extreme northeastern portions of Mexico. Of course, we do have an outcast model. We have one model that goes out here, goes through Mexico. That one is probably not going to happen. That is actually, obviously that's just one of the models that just disagreeing with all the other ones. You obviously got to, agree with the ones that, which ones that show the most similar path. Obviously, all these models here show that path, being right between these areas here, either once again in South Texas or northeastern Mexico. So that's that. Now, when it comes to like intensity regarding the hurricane models, here's the guidance on that. Now here's something that's interesting. So obviously we're rapidly weakening, due to that wind shear. Now according to some of the models, so as we approach our way, after, or I should say, right around as we hit, what is it? Hold on, let me make sure on this here. This is really interesting. Okay, so that's 96 hours out. Okay, so we're just a little bit less than. Okay, yeah, so we are less than 24 hours away from landfall. Okay. So yeah, that's taken rapid weakening approach until we hit landfall, and then according to some of these models, kind of looks like it holds Cat 1 strength. When was this last updated? July 4th at 12 Zulu. Okay, so 12 Zulu would be 8 o'clock a.m. So this is 24 hours from now. This will be tomorrow at 8 a.m. Is whenever it hits landfall. But according to some models, it actually kind of sustains, maybe strengthens a little bit, and then of course rapidly weakens. That's really interesting. That is honestly really interesting on the track on that overall. But yeah, so whenever it comes to it, it is going to obviously downgrade quite a bit. It is going to weaken quite a bit as we do end up hitting land there. And like we were mentioning, it is going to be Category 1, expected to be a Cat 1 as it approaches or as it makes landfall in the eastern Yucatan. Once again, sustained winds, constant winds, right around 80 miles an hour towards the core of the storm. With wind gusts up to 100 miles an hour. What's up, pilots? Yes, it is a Category 2. On the top right, that's the latest information on Beryl. It is currently a 974 millibar low with 110 sustained. Gusts, we're still gusting up to 140, though. But yeah, she's now a Cat 2. It literally just got downgraded from the 2 o'clock update. Let's see here. 30%. Oh, you're talking about a new AOI? Let's see here. Or is that the previous area of interest? Oh no. Or unless you're talking about the EPAC, the Eastern Pacific. There's a tropical system that we're watching out there, but it's here. I'll bring y'all over here. It's not going to do much. This is Tropical Depression 1E, first tropical depression in the Eastern Pacific. Pretty sure on that. Yeah, it's Tropical Depression 1E. But yeah, it's not set to do anything. It's literally just going to kind of shrivel up, just die out there. There is another interest. Let me hop you over here. This is actually 96L. 96L doesn't look really favorable for development out there. So you can actually see here that we do have the probability of development. You can see it on the bottom of the paragraph there. It does say that formation chance through 7 days low 10%. Formation chance through 48 hours near 0%. So within the next 2 days, we're not expecting this thing to become a depression or a storm. And within the next 7 days, we're not expecting this thing to be also not a depression or a storm. 10% chance. It's barely even hanging on there. So I don't think it'll do much. Yeah, honestly, I don't expect much out of 96L. If we hop on back over to models here with you guys regarding everything, I'm gonna go ahead and take a wide margin look. Like at the Atlantic. We're just going to take a look and see what the Atlantic's looking like. So obviously we have Beryl there making landfall there for around the 5th. But anything after that doesn't really seem too active. Anything after this point in time is very, very much in la land. But yeah, honestly, I don't see much. There is a lot of dust out there too. A lot of Saharan dust coming off of west coast of Africa. That might even, that might hold back on some tropical development for the next couple of days, unless we have something that kicks up in the Caribbean or something that's away from that dust. Anything in the MDR main development region will probably be stunted and might be limited for growth in the near future. So that's good news. That means that we're probably not going to have much tropical activity, at least within the next 1 or 2 weeks or so. But of course, it's 2024. Things can pop out of nowhere. I mean, it's been pretty wild. The first hurricane we had of the season was Cat 5. I mean, that's just utter ridiculous. So I don't think any of us really expected that. I really don't think any of us expected that overall. But anyways, so that's the GFS. Let me look at Euro just to kind of compare. It's good to compare the models. So obviously, we have landfall there. Wow, you know what, Euro. Here, let me hop to Euro a little bit more closer here. According to European model, once we get our way further down in time, once we hit landfall here, according to the European model, it looks like there might even be a little bit of strengthening from this model. There might even be a little bit of strengthening from this model, which Euro is showing. One of my latest concerns, though, like I was saying, regarding the models, is that dry air infiltration. Whoa, that's a big pen. Regarding that southern part, you see how there's a lot of brownish tan colors. That's showing low humidity levels throughout the atmosphere. You want those to be pretty high because you want a lot of. You definitely do want a lot of. You definitely want a lot of moisture in a tropical system. And that southern one, that southern portion of the storm, that southern side, both the southeast and the southwestern quadrant, it really shows pretty dry air getting fed into the storm here. So, some models take that more severely than others. I mean, for example, like the HMON has that thing really getting hit by some dry air on that south side as it works its way into the Gulf, which would be good. Not to mention that would lower a lot of rain for one, but that also really hurt the system and cause it to weaken. Now HWRF, on the other hand, doesn't really show that. Oh, what the heck? What the heck? Dude, HWRF goes absolutely bonkers with that last scan. Alright, this is kind of an outcast model, y'all. So, let me tell you that this model, the HWRF, typically likes to overperform systems. As a matter of fact, earlier, it actually underperformed the system, as before it became a Cat 5, it was underperforming. Now I think it's overperforming, honestly. So it does show a little bit of drier air on that southern side of the storm there, relatively keeping that northern part relatively saturated. But like as we work our way down in time, that becomes no problem. And as we approach like northeastern Mexico and like southeastern Texas, HWRF shows a 958 millibar low. I think that's a little far from reality. At least from what the other models are saying. I mean, for example, the latest HMON model here that came out, this thing barely even shows it near hurricane strength. As a matter of fact, it's actually tropical storm strength as it affects like southern Texas there, which is interesting. Let's see here. What's the hurricane website? Hurricane Center. It's nhc.noaa.gov. That is where you should get your latest hurricane information from. But yeah, like I was saying though, it's just crazy, absolutely crazy. Now, of course, we have other models like HAFSA. This one shows it, making landfall. This one actually shows a landfall in east central coastal Mexico. Right there is a Category 1, roughly. With our maximum winds right around 71 knots upon landfall. That would make it kind of a relatively mid-end Category 1 storm, lower mid-end Category 1 before it makes landfall, and then just completely fizzles out because it interacts with those mountains, and they don't like that. Not to mention you're pulling them away from their warm water, so they don't like getting out of the pool, essentially. They really don't like that. So that's HAFSA. There's an HAFSB actually. This is another model here. This one shows it roughly the same actually. 72 knots before landfall, or sorry, at the point of landfall I should say. There for basically the afternoon of the 7th, and then just kind of dies out of course as it rolls out of water and it hits mountains and it just fades quickly gets ripped apart. But I mean, obviously, so at this point in time, it seems like the average or the median point of the models agrees on the system here. It does agree on the system here actually becoming a, like I said, hold on a minute. Why is our GFS runs behind or something? 0 Zulu for the 4th. It's just now coming out on this model. Well, latest GFS information is pretty far behind, but yeah, I mean GFS though shows us saying tropical storm. Let me try a different web page. I don't know if it's a GFS server issue or if it's or if it's just something else. Here, let's hop on over here real quickly to a different page. Let's do, we'll do Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so yeah, this model has the GFS here. Let me just see if I can grab a little bit more of a closer view. Maybe we'll do South Texas here. It's hard to tell, dude. Yeah, this model unfortunately doesn't really have a good. Oh, there we go. That should work. Precipitation, reflectivity. Actually. Let me see what that shows upon landfall there. 997. Okay, yeah. So even the latest GFS kind of has a maybe a tropical storm upon landfall, but majority of the models they do have the system relatively being a kind of a lower end Category 1, and regarding the point of landfall, that's still very much unknown. So yeah, it definitely makes sense with the latest cone that the Hurricane Center has. Overall, while most of the models do agree on Category 1 strength, like I said, regarding the point of landfall is still a little bit unknown. Like I said, it could be as far south as east central coastal Mexico, or as far north as just shy south of Houston, out there. Let's see. I'm sure it'll get a lot stronger what models say. It's in the hot Gulf that always overperform. You know, Scott, there's other things you got to take in consideration than just sea surface temperatures. Like I said, what could be an issue with this storm is dry air. So basically, it's not about not all about the waters. While yes, the waters are very supportive for rapid tropical development, there also needs to be a lot of moisture in the air. And if there's not a lot of high humidity, if there's not a lot of moisture throughout the atmosphere, then the storms struggle. And let me show you an example of that here over at the HMON model. I mean, all models show it, but to some degree. This one takes it the worst. So, like, regarding moisture, humidity throughout the atmosphere, you see how there's a lot of bluish, bluish green right there before we hit the Yucatan. So that's showing that there's a good adequate amount of moisture, right? As we go over the Yucatan, and you notice there's actually a lot of brown and tan that starts getting pulled up into the storm there. That's dry air, and a matter of fact, that actually really prevents further convection from really kicking off in those regions there. Due to lack of moisture, you need moisture for convection to occur really. And if there's not any moisture, then it's not going to convect. Because obviously moisture is very, very necessary for that. This model by far takes it the worst, though, showing the eastern side being completely, obscured by dry air, while the northwestern quadrant's the only side that's likely convecting. And of course, maybe it picks up a little bit of moisture just before landfall. Might pick up a little bit of strength according to this model. We'll see, obviously. Like I said, that's the one that takes it the heaviest. Like the HWRF here, this one shows, obviously some of that drier air getting on that southern extent. So dry air seems to be kind of the main concern here for the storm as it approaches in the Gulf. Regarding wind shear, let me pull up the GFS here. I'm gonna go ahead and hop y'all over here to the let's do Western Atlantic, and let me look at the wind shear. So as we get into the let's see here, as we get our way into the Gulf there. There could even be a little bit of strong shear up on the western side of the storm as well. Strong wind shear. So while the east could be getting plummeted by dry air, the west will likely be getting plummeted by strong winds. So, like I said, I mean, it's kind of interesting to see just how crazy the models are from one another. Here's the European model's opinion. This model also has it fighting a little bit of wind shear there too. We have a jet stream, or a big jet there just to the northwest of that storm, which could become an issue for this storm later down in time. I don't know. We'll see. There's still a lot of working out that needs to be done, and all that fun stuff. So obviously we'll get back. We'll learn more about the storm. The further we go down in time. Tomorrow, like I said, I'm not gonna go live again today because it's obviously the 4th of July. This will be my last live stream for today. But tomorrow, I'll see about a live stream tonight. I don't think I will though. Honestly, I'd say it's pretty low probability I'll go live tonight. But I'll try for live coverage tomorrow morning. Like I said, that's gonna be right on 5 in the morning. I'm well asleep at that time. So I can't promise you a coverage in the Yucatan tomorrow. Tomorrow evening for sure, I will go live. Tomorrow afternoon, and maybe tomorrow evening as well. Tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, I'll probably do 2 live streams for updates on Beryl and how it's doing, and of course its future projections. We'll learn a lot more about it over the next couple days. But yeah, no, we'll definitely keep you posted on it overall. If y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know. Like I said, we're here for you. Want to make sure y'all are weather aware. Let's go and hop on back over here to the current view. So like I said, here's the storm right now, y'all, if you're wondering what it looks like. This is it. Like I said, she's now Cat 2. She's now Category 2. Is that a bit of clearing going on there? You see that? It's starting to lighten up there on those cloud tops. She might be trying to form an eye again. Like I said, I don't know if it's going to be able to do it, though. Let's see here. You know what? She might be trying to do it. Yeah, look at that. There's a big shelf there. Very tall clouds and very shallow clouds here. Let's see. I don't know, man. Yeah, you can see a big burst of convection earlier that occurred right around like 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Another big burst of convection there. Might just be the shadow of the clouds. I don't know. That is very interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, that's the latest on Beryl. That's what it looks like right now. Obviously, when it comes to it, we're gonna start getting those bands here later tonight out there by the Yucatan. Regarding some of the rain starting to approach you guys. Here's the buoy. Oh wow, dude, that buoy! Holy cow, that's rapidly deteriorated. Dude, we looked at that literally about a half hour ago, and it was I wouldn't say it's clear, but it was bright outside, and whoa, dude, yeah, look at that. Goodness, yeah, you can see the gusts. We're gusting up to 35 there now. Let's see, your wind speed is 22 miles an hour, sustained. Pressure is 29.83 inches of mercury. I'm not really familiar with mercury. I always go off of HPA. It's always been like the way to go. Let's see here. Let me convert it here. So okay, that's 1,010 millibars. 1,010. So that's just barely getting in low pressure there. Wow, dude. One direction's 90 degrees. Goodness. Yeah, so like I said, whenever it comes to it, y'all, you know, this thing's heading west. The center of the storm is right here, where my hand is there. So she's going west. It's going to be making landfall, likely south of Cancun. Look at all those cumulus clouds just getting fired off of the land there. That's cool to look at. But yeah, for sure. Hold on. I'm curious, even in my location, I wonder if I can even see the wind speed change. I have a weather station. I have a mesonet at my house. Wind should be moving west. This is my weather station outside. It's official station. So it's our winds are moving northwest right now. Interesting. Yeah, this is that's my weather station right there. You guys can see. That's mine. That's literally what's giving me the data right now. Me and my friend put this together. Interesting. Huh. But yeah. But that's what we're looking out there for. Caleb, no need to. I mean, obviously, it's the Hurricane Center, but like, dude, please don't share other people's streams. Let's see here. My light just went out. Oh, lovely legacy. Hopefully you'll get if you lost your power, hopefully you'll get it back soon. But anyways, but yeah, let's go ahead and hop on back over here, y'all. We're gonna hop back to the models, stuff like that. Let's go ahead and switch on over here. So, but yeah, like I was saying though, we continue working down in time. You know, I think the HWRF was taken a little bit too seriously. This model actually has this thing getting back up into hurricane strength there overall. Possibly, I mean, this is literally showing 102 knots on landfall out there, which I don't think it's going to be quite this strong. This is really the only model that supports it being this strong. But you know, like I said, whenever it comes to it though, this thing is you know, likely to be a hurricane as it approaches you know, it's either southern Texas or northeastern Mexico. You know, we'll have to see. 106 degrees out with heat index. That's a little warm. Let's see. For me right now, it's 96 degrees Fahrenheit. with a dew point of 78 or a 56% humidity. That's pretty warm. Pretty warm outside. Yeah, I was out earlier. Definitely a little warm outside. But honestly, I'm used to it at this point. It's just typical Florida. Let's go ahead and hop over here to the water vapor. Curious to see that lower level. Yeah, so you can see there's definitely still a lot of moisture in that storm there. There's really no breakage overall either. She's still holding on. Plenty of moisture still in the atmosphere out there. You know, got a lot of moisture in the southeast there too. We do have hurricane hunters here. Let me go ahead and hop over here. I don't know if we have any missions going on right now. We do have a mission. They just took off from literally my town here in Lakeland, Florida. They just took off from Lakeland. So they are heading west. They're going into Beryl. They're doing an upper level / drop zone mission. This is a NOAA 9 number 20 mission. Here, let me bring this up for you guys. We'll go ahead and bring this up here so I can show you guys. Yeah, a new mission just took off from Florida. They're not going to fly in the storm more than likely. They're going to be flying upper level and doing some drop zone data to collect information on the atmosphere ahead of the storm. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you all that real quickly. So yeah, they did just take off from Florida out there in Lakeland. Literally where I'm at. I'm in Lakeland. So they're going southwest. They're going west. So the storm right now, if I turn on the layer, geo color. Yeah, so there's the storm right there. There's the storm, and there's the core right in there. So they are. I don't know if they're gonna fly in the Gulf and do like some data collection. So what they do is they have those drop zones, you know, those big cylinder tubes they drop under the airplane into the storm to measure humidity, pressure, and all that stuff. But yeah, what they're doing is they're probably going to grab some information on the Gulf waters, maybe around the Gulf. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but they might be trying to grab some information on the Gulf waters to kind of investigate further to see what the conditions look like down there, because as Beryl rolls its way into or past the Yucatan and into the southern side here of the Gulf, you know, obviously it's going to have a bit of possible dry air getting into it, is what the models were suggesting. So they're gonna measure it, and they're gonna plug their data they get into these weather models. So we'll definitely be able to see you know, what they get out of that. We did have let's see here, mission 18. 18, I think is it still ongoing? Oh yeah, mission 18 still. I think they're heading back home though, but they finished some pass-bys in the storm here. They determined that the last time they went into the storm, they measured a 975 millibar low. So the storm is weakening, because yeah, you can see whenever they started the mission, the pressure was down to 971. Then it went to 972. Then it went to 974. Now it's at 975, and then they finished. So yeah, obviously clear signs the storm is still weakening. The pressure is increasing, showing that the storm itself is weakening, which is, it's on track. Like I said, it's on track with everything. Everything's looking good regarding you know, the forecast wise and everything like that. So like I said, eastern sides of the Yucatan. Like I said, you guys are about to get hit next. So once again, if you're out there in the Yucatan Peninsula, really just the whole Yucatan in general needs to monitor this. Eastern side's expecting potential hurricane conditions. The western side expecting tropical, and same thing for the northern, tropical conditions out there, tropical storm conditions. You know, overall. But yeah, they're heading. I think they're heading back up to Gulfport. Oh. Did y'all hear that? Somebody lit off a firework nearby. Dude, it's early. Why are people launching fireworks at 2 in the afternoon? Anyways, but yeah, so like I said, whenever it comes to it, though, Yeah, so they're done with that mission, but it is weakening. It is definitely weakening. We're gonna go ahead and hop on back over here to the main view there. Let's see. We're gonna hop to long wave infrared. Let's see. So yeah, we work our way down it. Yeah, I mean a lot of that lightning activity has subsided too since yesterday. There was a lot of lightning activity. Not so much anymore. Another sign that the storm's probably weakening out there too. What, they're shooting fireworks? Why are they launching fireworks during the daytime? Let's see here. Let me hop over to clean infrared. There's a big burst of convection though up on that northern side. So she's still cranking along. I think this thing might be trying to clear out an eye there. You see that? Let me pull up visible again here. Huh. Let's see. There's been a lot of fireworks here already as well. Oh, really? Was that one neighbor court that we know and love? Oh, man, I don't know why they just can't wait off until nighttime. It's like there is some daytime fireworks actually, like those little parachute dudes. You know what I'm talking about? How they launch them and the parachutes come down. They might be doing those. I don't know. Hard to tell. But anyways, y'all. But yeah, if you guys have any questions before I roll off here, feel free to let me know. We're going to head off in about 6 minutes or so because, like I said, we're getting towards our end of our hourly update here. Once again, regarding today, we are not going to go live again. We will be going live here tomorrow twice. Like I said, we are going to we're going to be going live tomorrow twice probably. Essentially for like I said, we are going to be going live probably sometime in the afternoon tomorrow, and of course in the evening for an update. I'm going to try, like I said, to do live coverage. If I can do live coverage, we're going to scratch the afternoon coverage, we're going to scratch the afternoon update tomorrow. If I can do morning coverage tomorrow. If not, we'll do afternoon coverage and evening coverage. Evening coverage, regardless of me covering it or not, we're going to do an evening update for you guys as well, just to make sure you guys are weather aware out there and prepared. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I might try to come on live later tonight, but since it's the 4th, I can't promise that. I mean, we'll see. Maybe a late, quick little update here is possible, but more than likely, I'm just gonna take today, rest of off, and just do some 4th of July stuff. But anyways, y'all. Well, once again, if y'all have any final questions before I roll off here, we're heading off in 5 minutes. So if there's anything you want me to look at, if y'all anything you want me to talk about, real quickly. Let me go over the severe weather real quickly for the U.S. For people wondering if you still have any questions on the tropics, yeah, let me know. But regarding for today, now we do got ourselves a slight risk out there, level 2 severe weather threat here in the U.S. Out there for, like I said, southeastern Minnesota, southwestern Wisconsin, northern and northeastern portions of Iowa, southwestern Ohio, southern Indiana, northern central Kentucky, southern Illinois, central southern Missouri, northern Arkansas, southeastern Kansas, and a lot of central and northeastern portions of Oklahoma. Overall is like I said is in the slight risk overall. We do have a 5% chance for tornadoes today up in northern Kentucky, southern Indiana, and southwestern Ohio. So that is that's kind of what we're looking out there for. Damaging winds, non-significant risk. Basically looking at some wind gusts between 60 and 70 mile per hour winds out of some storms. 15% chance across the yellow and 5% chance across the brown. Regarding hail, 15% non-sig as well. Hail should be between 1 and 2 inches in diameter overall. 15% chance across the yellow, 5% chance across the brown. So once again, if you're in the dark green here or the yellow, there is a possibility for a couple severe storms. The yellow with the greatest probability, and the dark green, it's an isolated chance, relatively low probability, but if the greatest probability for severe weather today will be in the yellow areas. So that is your 4th of July update regarding severe weather. Once again, all hazards is on the table today. Once again, tornadoes possible throughout portions of the Midwest and the Ohio Valley, as well as a little portion of the upper Midwest there too. Now for tomorrow, real quickly, I'll go ahead and do it. We just have a little marginal tomorrow. Nothing big. Severe weather's pretty calm tomorrow. No tornadoes, just some gusty winds and some small hail. Up to 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and hail up to basically 1.5 inches total. Whenever it comes to day 3, which is here for Saturday, it's got a little bit of a risk out there in the Central Plains, a little marginal. Level 1 threat, nothing big. And then regarding after that, we don't have anything else in the future. We're looking pretty smooth. Just today we have a slight risk. In the next 2 days to follow, Friday, Saturday, we are in a marginal level 1 threat, so we are looking pretty good. But anyways, that's the update on the severe weather side of things. They're considering issuing a watch out there for Kentucky. They gave it a 60% chance probability of a watch being issued, so it's likely that we'll get a watch. About a 40% chance it won't get issued, and a 60% chance it will overall. So it's a possibility. We'll have to, you guys out there will have to keep an eye out there for it, as a watch might be needed for Kentucky, as we do have a bit of a squall line, a little bit of a line of storms rolling through. If I hop over here to the radar, let's see here. Yeah, we'll just bring it up over here. The radar view regarding things. Let's go ahead and hop over back to our main thing here, and we'll hop to Kentucky. You can see we do have a line of storms rolling through Kentucky. We do have a severe warning for just 60-mile-an-hour winds right there towards Taylorsville, Fairfield, and Bloomfield, with potential 1.75 or penny-size hail on it as well. But that's about it, y'all. That's about it. Yeah, I got a couple storms out there, nothing too big. Obviously, we're watching the tropics still. Hurricane hunters, they flew back home. We have another mission that just took off here that's going to investigate around the storm, probably in the Gulf of Mexico. And then we do have another mission there as well that's leaving the area. So, yeah, just got one mission. None of them are going inside the storm, just around the storm. But that's it. But alrighty, y'all. Well, once again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Once again, any final call for any questions before I head off here? It'd be greatly appreciated. What's up, Catman? Kind of joined at the last minute there, dude. But I hope you have a good 4th, man. Hope you have a good day. Yeah, once again, final questions. Going once, going twice. And once again, probably not going to do another update today. Probably not, because it's the 4th of July and all. Tomorrow, on the table, I'm going to attempt to do live coverage in the morning, but it's going to be early. I can't promise you that. More than likely, I'm just going to be sleeping through it. Because it's 5 in the morning, I'm gonna be out. It's before sunrise, so I'm gonna be out. I'm gonna try, but more than likely, I'm gonna be out of it. If I don't do live coverage tomorrow morning, I will do update live stream early tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening for you guys. So we'll be doing updates there for you guys at that point. But once again, everybody, hope you guys have a wonderful 4th of July. Once again, thank you all for being here. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And alrighty, y'all. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for now. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. A happy 4th of July. And eat a lot of barbecue and whatever you're eating out there for 4th of July. And enjoy pool parties and all that stuff. And enjoy the fireworks tonight. But anyways, my friends, y'all have a great night. See ya later on tomorrow. All right, see you later, guys. Catch y'all in the next one.